Hello, YouTube viewers. Jaylbayt here with another episode of Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. We are playing as our lovely and yet dark exile. And when last we left, we did a little fun with T3, and now we are on the road in the mining tunnels, dealing with droids and stuff. Luckily, we have the power of shock to own their faces. Except when they save. Multiple times. Oh yeah? What now, buddy? You feeling good about yourself? I don't think so. See? When they don't save, they get owned by the Force lightning. Alright. So, we're in this thing. Don't look down, don't look down. Get items. So, one of the things we could do is we can use this deadly sonic mine. You can't use the minor ones, they're not strong enough. But the deadly ones will open this without, you know, breaking anything. But deadly mines are ridiculously get items are ridiculously valuable, and so it's worth more to like sell them than it is to use them getting just a bunch of kind of early level crap. So I'm just gonna bash that open. Cameras. Let's see cameras. Oh, those little gooblers. What's this?
What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with her on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So she's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. She's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If she's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have her walking around here. Well, I don't know what she'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were
She'll
wiped
own
out
your
in
face.
the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Kurta, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
So Korda's a jerkwad. And we saw all that stuff. Alright. So with the droid commands, I don't really want to spend spikes on doing any of this crap. You can have the droids, like, fight each other. You can have them, like, not fight me. Or open up the sealed doors. You know. But if we check droid schematics, we're not smart enough. Our intelligence is 10. That's unfortunate. If you have a higher intelligence, sometimes you can do cool stuff. So let's do this. We're going to shut down these fields, because that's our way out of here, as you can see, kind of. And we'll just deal with the droids ourselves. What do you want? Boom! Go get him. Anything over here? Nothing. Oh. Okay. What's our force at? 21. I want to get us back to at least 34 so we have a couple of shocks for each of these dudes. Now, as we level up, this will get better and better. Owned. This one we'll take with our saber. Oh, man. Our saber. Our mining sword. Uh-oh, we missed. Come on now. I didn't see this other guy. Boom, shakalaka. You just got owned, my friend. So this door leads to like somewhere we've already been, we can see on the map. None of these guys have remains. Okay. The other thing we should be doing, really, is get that energy resistance back up on us. Yeah. Oh, there's a dude over there. Alright. Let's get this guy. Oh, flamethrowers. I don't know if energy protects against flamethrowers. Sound dampening overlay. Cool. I can't wait till we get like some clothes that don't look terrible. What? You not see me like standing right here, bro? Yeah. So high security door. Again, this is one of those things. It's like I could have paid Spikes to have them do that, or I could have switched to my plasma torch and open it. I'm not sure which the right way is. Alright, components and parts and stuff. Mines to recover. Yes, please. And then, oh, more. I don't think this is the way, but it's got goodies. Because this looks like a tunnel that they have mined for fuel. Yep. There's a dead dude here. Hey guys, dead dude here. Basic ionite edge. Yep. Alright. What was that? We have all kinds of stuff we're getting. That belt. Fortitude +2. That's not bad. I'm gonna hold on to our demo for now, because that gives us demolitions of 5 at the moment, which I like. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Five. We started with 1, and then we put in like 4 points into it. Shouldn't our skill rank be 5 plus 1 for 6? Oh, no. Remember, we put only 1 into it that next level. And then 1 into Persuade. That's right. I thought we brought it up to 5, but I'm mistaken. Silly me. Silly me. Alright, so we got some goodies out of that way. Cool. And our force is built back up, but here, let's make ourselves energy resistant. Yeah. And what that does is I think that like negates the first X amount of energy. There's the maintenance droid. Shock the hell out of it.
Picking up some strange reading.
Hey. Whatever you detected, it's probably my fault.
Containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the
Yeah,
asteroid
I did
through
that.
the tunnels.
How much time do I have?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't want to run into these mines. What's up, buddy? Oh, all these people are saving. Did I bring him forth? No. Okay. So this one looks like it has to be blown open. Maybe this will work. Yeah. So I used the minor one on it, and that was able to get it open. Oh crap! Did I not check this corpse? Apparently not. Oh yeah. But we have leveled again, peeps. That's fantastic. Alright. Oh, we gained an attribute. Even more fantastic. So the first attribute we're going to do, the reason we put the con at 15 was so we could use our first attribute to take us to 16. This will get us more hit points per level. We're going to gain an additional 3 plus what we would normally get per level. And it allows us to use some of the best implants. Now for skills, our demo is high enough to get us through this area, I think. So we're going to go ahead and start pumping Persuade and Treat Injury. We got another power. So what power should we get? Again, I don't think... See, Stun Droid, Disable Droid, Destroy Droid. This is fantastic. If you're light side, you need to get this. It's really good for droids. We have Shock. It does pretty much the same thing. So we don't have to worry about it as much. I'm going to grab... When does this... Do I need this? I'm going to grab Affect Mine early so that we don't miss anything. And because we don't really need any more of these other powers just yet. We won't be taking Night Speed at all. Or these. Force Resistance we might in the future, but again, that's character level 9. Force Body might not be bad. 50% of their cost from Vitality, 50% from Force Points. 40 and 40. So when you use Force Body, is this a passive or do you have to cast it? Oh, effect lasts for 30 seconds. So you can actually reduce it, but you kind of, it's kind of like a Blood Mage if you ever played Dragon Age. You take your own health and stuff to use your powers. That actually could be pretty decent, especially once we get, what is it? The Drain Life? Yeah. This Death Field, all enemies within this radius, I drain life to heal myself. Damage is 1 to 4 per level of the character. It's just good. It's like, even if it fails, it doesn't fail. So it's just good. It's a good way to heal ourselves. The reason we take heal up here is not only can we heal ourselves with it, and it's just a really efficient and very heavy level heal, we can do it on our friends. So yeah, I think Dominate Mind, or the Affect Mind for the Persuasive powers, is good to get early. We don't really need any other offensive powers. Shock will be good for us for a little while. Then we'll start getting some of the disabling crap when we have companions that will make use of it. Because once we have companions, then we could do stuff like insanity fields and fear and stuff that disable our enemies, and then our dudes can take full effect. Oh, we saw that kind of thing.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
How do you know me? I'm not your master.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you tell me anyways?
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Drugged? What do you mean, drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Locked?
Clarification, by locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Fine. What happened next?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea what had attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
To be sure. What was this freighter that the Harbinger brought on board?
Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
And the Ebon Hawk came here?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Unpleasantness? What are you talking about?
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
So what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough? What do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer: I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Forget them then. I need to get to the hangar bay and get off this rock.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
What about override codes?
Answer: only the Paragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
There must be another way to reach the dormitory.
Theory: you could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
I only want the codes those miners have, and when I have the codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this rock.
Warning, Master. Continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
I'm going to find those miners, and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Alright, so how do I get the code to the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed?
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
You said you already have the code?
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Then how can I bypass the voice print?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
I had some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
What's a translation droid doing on Paragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
What have you determined?
It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Wait all you want, but I'm getting out of here on my own.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape.
I had some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
The unit was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else for me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
What is that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone there! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Wait, if you can play back his voice, can't you speak the voice code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
The fact you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code to the console?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1V5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Can you follow me and say that again?
Alarmed objection. Oh, Master, no. I might inadvertently speak such a command near a console and accidentally unlock something I shouldn't. I was merely speaking such to prove to you that I could. It is a trait I'm quite proud of.
Looks like I'll need to find some way to carry your voice there, or record it.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Never mind then, I'll be going. And the dark red cloud appears. Yeah. So, we've got to find a way to get him to say that where we can record it or something. Let's see. That's where we came from, that you can tell with all the nastiness. Components. Oh, there's a workbench. Awesome. And lots of components because there's a workbench there. Awesome. Data pad, sonic imprint sensor, sonic imprint sensor. With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Ah! So we have gotten what we need. But let's take a look at this workbench. So we can use it for two things. We can upgrade items. One of them is like this thing, which will give us some damage immunity to elemental stuff. Sure, why not? Doesn't take anything to upgrade. And then, unfortunately, our sword doesn't do it. The other thing we can do is create items, including computer spikes and parts, if we had the relevant security, repair, or computer use. Same with a lot of this stuff. So repair and all that good stuff is used to make that. We can, however, with demolitions and whatnot, make some of the underlying stuff that's really cool. So restorative underlay gives us regeneration, which is quite good. Strengthening would give us strength 1. Strength 2, we can see, would take treat injury 6. We might be close to that. And then a number of other things that we can do. There's two things that armor takes. As you can see, there's the underlay, and then there's the kind of the overlay, the plates and stuff that give us other things. Defense bonuses, damage immunities, stealth, all kinds of cool stuff. We can also make upgrades for our ranged weapons, for our melee weapons, for lightsabers, all kinds of stuff. I think at some point you can even make, yeah, over here in other, you can make actual weapons, but you need repair to make weapons. And we don't have repair. But someday we'll have somebody who does have it, and they'll be able to make it for us. The other thing you can do at these stations is break stuff down to get components and whatnot. So it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
All right. So let's talk to him again.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you.
And now we can do the sonic sensor. But I think we have to go through the thing again. So we say
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master.
5 droids. Burning through the... Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg!
Addendum.
Yeah.
Is remaining.
So we heard that. And then we say, wait, if you can play back his voice, can't you do this thing?
Objection.
And then we do the persuade plus the sonic sensor that we did before.
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yep, I think that's all I need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master.
Alright, and we'll be going. So, we have now kind of tricked him into giving us what we needed. Is there anything else in here before I...
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
No. Alright. Oh, there's droids. Isn't there always droids? Whoa. I got hit by the explosion. There we go. Now, if you notice, we're getting 75 off of these guys. We're getting to the point where we've leveled up enough that these guys are becoming a little too weak for us, so we get less XP. I think it's designed... What? Those guys are big, new droids. Hello. So you can see he hit us, but because of our energy resistance, they're not doing enough damage to get past our energy resistance, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and... Hello. Oh, hold on. This isn't working. One more point. Oh, crap. We're getting owned. Alright. We survived. We survived! Oh, crap! Alright. Hey, you. I need a... No, no. Hang on. Yes. Wow, I'm really bad at shooting. I'm really bad at shooting. Clear? Clear. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch back. A low security door and a damaged door. Let's just bash it, I guess. Or not. Cancel. Let's equip our torch again. Uh-huh. Look at that. He was just waiting at that door. He's like, they're gonna come through the one that's not broken. Yeah. Now what? Now you're dead on the floor is what? Okay. So, there's that one. There's a room over here we haven't done yet. Anything? Okay. Oh. Oh, one of these. Will this work? No. Unfortunate. We're gonna have to bash it. Reflex package. Cool. And then there's all this stuff. You know what? It's been quite a bit of time. So let's go ahead and end it here. We are well on our way to getting off this facility. We've got the voice print ID, which will open up the thing, which will get us to the dormitories, which will do some other things and other things and things. Stuff and things are going to happen. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really having fun with this. If you did like it, please tap that like button. Really helps me out, helps out the channel. Feel free to subscribe for more content. Share it with your friends. Leave me comments. Love to hear from you. Get some of your own views on Star Wars and how things are turning out. Whether you're light or dark, doesn't matter to me. Love to hear from you. But until next time, I've been Jaylbayt. You guys live free, game hard.